Hello, friends. This is Ryan Hicks of TaughtToProfit.com, and today I want to talk to you about why the law of attraction doesn't work for you, and it doesn't work for most people. There's a simple ingredient left out of most people's mindset when it comes to this, the law of sowing and reaping and attracting what you desire, what you believe for. And I want to read you a quote from someone else that posted on another video. Now, this individual meant this comment sarcastically in humor, but it really goes to show what the problem with the law of attraction is. And they stated, I tried the whole Rhonda secret style, positive mind, happy go lucky, bills piling up. I smiled and was like, these will be gone soon with all the cash I will soon have. I would sit down and imagine 1.65 million in my account, and sure enough, 1 week later, the bailiffs came round and kicked me out of my home, and I'm on my parents' sofa. Hey ho, this is how it works though, right? Keep in a positive mind frame. They said they will take me to court and whack a charge on my wages every month, but that's not going to happen because I'm thinking good thoughts and I can see money in my account. Just you wait. Gotta go now. House is burning down with my parents asleep upstairs, so need to imagine and visualize us surviving this. Now, this comment obviously was meant sarcastically, but it really betrays a real truth here that many people are just sitting around doing nothing with no action going on and expecting all these things to happen for them, for God to be working on their side and making things work out in their favor when they're not doing anything, which breaks so many spiritual laws that God has set up. He requires your effort and work. He doesn't reward laziness, slothfulness, greed, gluttony, any of these things. When you're just sitting around doing nothing except visualizing and imagining and talking about manifesting nonsense, when you don't actually do anything, you will not get results. This doesn't mean that you're making everything happen. It just means that you need to engage in the process. You have action that is needed for any of this sowing and reaping to take effect. And if you sow a seed and don't water it, you're not going to reap anything. And too many people have this mindset of, I'm just going to visualize things. I'm going to imagine and dream up scenarios and put vision boards and do all this stuff in dreamland, and they don't take any action toward those goals. This is basically like Peter stepping out in the water when the Lord calls him and he steps out in faith. That's what you have to do. That's when this sowing and reaping, this law of attraction, as some people call it, starts coming into effect. You step out in faith, believing that what you prayed for, what you believed for, you have received it and you shall have it. When you just don't do anything, you don't act, you don't move in faith, you will not get any results. This is why so many of the people you see promoting law of attraction have nothing going on, because they don't take action. They sit around their house and they're having to file bankruptcy because they don't have any money, because they're just doing nothing. Many of these people mentioned in some of these big movies and stuff about the law of attraction have been going through bankruptcy and their businesses failed miserably. And these are the ones promoting this the most. And they have terrible results. They have negative results because they're worse than positive. They can't even get $1 because they're going bankrupt, failing miserably. This is the result when you don't take action. God does not reward laziness. You're not going to be rewarded by the universe when you're sitting around visualizing and doing nothing. You need to have action with any goal, with any dream, with any desire. You take action, you believe you've received, and you'll have what you believe for. You'll have what you prayed for. If you don't take action, if you don't step out in faith and believe that you've received, you will not get anything that you're desiring. One of the most basic steps, the basic principles, is to have faith in God, to believe. And it said that God's a rewarder of those that diligently seek Him and believe in Him. The scripture says without faith it's impossible to please God. How are you going to receive the blessings of God and sowing and reaping and have all these blessings and prosperity come upon you when you don't believe and you don't prove your belief by action. Faith without works is dead being alone. You don't believe, your visualization and dreaming goes nowhere until you have faith. And that faith will produce works, will produce action, will produce you taking action on that thing. If you believe God's going to build your business into $100 million business or $1 billion business, you can't be sitting at home sleeping. You need to be at work, because a $100 million business and $1 billion business, those CEOs work day in and day out. If you think you're going to sit around the house and a $100 million business is going to plop in your lap and you did nothing at all except visualize and dream, you are in for a sad, sad, rude awakening. It's not going to happen. This is the missing ingredient in most people's belief about law of attraction, sowing and reaping, these kind of things. You have to take action. Even in the physical world, in sowing a seed, as I mentioned, there's action needed daily in many cases to keep that seedling growing up into the plant you need it to be. If you're going to reap, you need to take action every single day toward that end goal that you're desiring. And if you think all you're going to do is just sit around, visualize and daydream, and you're going to have all these desires of your heart come upon you, it's not going to happen. There are greater laws that override any law of attraction. And when you don't take action, you don't move toward the thing that you're desiring, you will not get it. I hope this has been a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.